What's up, everybody? Welcome to World Wrestling Radio. I'm your host. Whoa, Niko Exxtra throwing stuff around already. Just getting started. Joining me this evening is my esteemed colleague, the one and only Vincent LaSpada from the Vincent LaSpada Show, the world-famous Vincent LaSpada Show. And we'll get into that a little bit about the upcoming test we have coming up. Big news about the people going to be on that show. Really excited about that. Also with us, as always, Maddog. What's going on?
How you guys doing? How you guys doing?
Thanks for joining us as always. We're going to get right into it. I don't want to waste anyone's time. Leave your comments and we will get to them to the best of our ability. But in the meantime, we're going to talk a little NXT Vengeance since it's coming up really soon. What's up, Julia? Thanks for joining us. I'm not trying to brag, but I'm actually going to be going to Vengeance. I'm back, baby.
No.
Are
you
back.
really?
I got the email. I got the approval. I'm getting COVID tested Saturday. Right before I go do the show, doing it early. It's going to be awesome. I'm doing it at 11:30.
I gotta tell you, Maddog, I'm not really happy about it because he sent me the email. I signed my name up, and these faggots didn't give it to me. So fuck you, NXT.
Whoa, no words like that, buddy. Be nice. There. Awesome. Okay, so you're so hardcore. I love it. Oh, God. He's so hardcore. You can't say that on the radio. We gotta treat this like terrestrial radio. God. We gotta treat it like terrestrial radio. We can't say words like shit on here. Remember
all right.
I got dinged for that.
Damn,
sure as hell can't say that. So leave your comments. We're gonna talk a little bit about NXT Takeover Vengeance. Vinny, I'm really sorry you weren't able to make it. Kevin Rodriguez, thank you for joining us. Wrestling Review Society, one of our colleagues, one of our pals. Go check him out on YouTube. Go check him out on Facebook.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. He does some cool stuff, man.
Go buy the coldest water. It's his sponsor, and make sure you use the tag wrestling as the code for him. I'm going to do a cheap promo for him. Let's get right into it. Go ahead, buddy. What do you got to say?
Can I just stop you real quick and just tell you how, I was watching AEW on one channel, and on the other TV I was watching NXT. Can I just tell you how effing stale NXT is? It's just so stale. It's like a bag of potato chips that's been sitting in my closet. I didn't know they were stale. I mean, can we just get into it? I mean, am I really going to watch on NXT Sunday that MSK take on the Grizzly Vets? I mean, is that the most ridiculous match of them all?
You're telling me you're not excited to see that?
No, not at all.
I thought for sure it was going to be Tommaso and Timothy in that match. I thought it was refreshing to see something different for once.
Nope.
That's a horrible decision by Triple H. Horrible decision. Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm disappointed. I don't even know if I'm going to watch. Honestly, I don't.
Yeah,
I'm not even
just talk. This stupid
I'm not even happy either.
Look, I'm not happy with the whole card in general. I think the whole card is just terrible, in my opinion. Let's just talk about Johnny Gargano and Kushida. Kushida, is that how you say it? I'm not sure how you say his name.
Wait. Well, you're hijacking the show, buddy. We're talking about NXT Vengeance, and we're going to the main event of the show, which is Finn Balor versus Pete Dunne. That's the match that's going to be the card that they're proposing as their top event. I got to know right now, it's going to be Finn or is it going to be Pete Dunne at the end of this? Are they going to pull the trigger and they're going to finally let Pete Dunne become the NXT World Champion, or are they going to stick with Old Faithful and let Finn continue his run? Vince.
Oh boy. How do I answer this question here? I'm hoping they give it to Pete because I think Pete deserves it. But then again, are they holding off? And here, and I know I'm going to jump the gun here, but this is the only reason why I'm going to say this. If they don't make Pete Dunne win it, the only reason why they keep him around is if they're trying to go Finn versus Edge, which it doesn't make sense to me why Edge would come on NXT just to show his face. And then he
did it for a cheap ratings pop for sure.
Yeah, but you know what though? Yeah. Did it really help him? Because I don't think it did.
No, it didn't.
It made things worse actually. According
to the Edge rub didn't work.
It wouldn't happen. You know that?
Yeah.
Telling you, man. Telling you.
So who wins this though? Who wins, Finn or Dunne?
I'm going to say Pete.
Someone's got some volume playing, by the way. And for those of you joining us, thank you. I do want to go ahead and take this moment to talk about our upcoming interviews on the Vincent LaSpada Show. You can go to LaSpada Show on Twitter. You can check us out on Facebook. We're going to be interviewing Savio Vega coming this Saturday. Very excited about that. In the upcoming weeks, we're going to be interviewing Brian Pillman Jr. as well as JTG. So stick around. Make sure you're a part of that. We're on FM radio. We're really kind of changing the game. We're one of the few people I know that are actually on FM radio. We're talking about professional wrestling and keeping the hope alive. So thank you, everyone, for being a part of that. Make sure you tune in Saturday at 2 p.m. every single week. LaSpada Show. You can check it out here. You can check it out on that page at LaSpada Show. The Vincent LaSpada Show. We're killing it, man. We got all kinds of interviews.
I was thinking about not wearing pants the day Brian Pillman Jr. calls in just to see if I can get away with it.
Brian Pillman Jr., that's a big one. I'm a big fan of him. I've been watching him for a really long time.
I'm really
Everyone,
excited
thank you for joining us. Leave your comments in the comments section. What's the final answer there? Finn or Dunn? Who you got, Vince?
I already said done.
You got Dunn? You think it's time to pull the plug on Finn? The Finn movement?
I think it's time to pull the plug.
Maddog, who you got?
Right. Finn Balor is going to retain, and he will verse Edge at WrestleMania, unless the Elimination Chamber match has other plans. We'll see. But Finn Balor.
So you think Finn versus Edge at WrestleMania?
Yes, the first time the NXT Championship will be defended at a WrestleMania. The men's championship, not the women's. I'll make that clear.
That is the match that is not cool. I don't think anyone wants to see it. I think Finn on the list of champions would be at the very bottom of people at Edge would get a kick for. You know, it's kind of Edge and Roman. It's all dependent on Drew's
the very
match,
bottom would probably be R-Truth, and the 24/7 title actually would probably be the very bottom of that list, the 24/7 title.
Can somebody tell me? Can somebody really tell me? Like, honestly, tell me who in the heck is MSK? Like, why would they pull the trigger on these guys? Can somebody tell me who these guys are? And what
they were in Impact Wrestling, and they were pretty popular over there. They were the Rascals in Impact Wrestling. They're kind of their young stars over there. They obviously have moves for days and have a lot of potential for their future. I think it's a good move, personally. I don't think it's a mistake at all to make the move.
Really?
Yeah.
Were they ever on 205? Do you guys know? I don't watch 205. So
they just joined, and they're immediately put on NXT and shoved into the limelight, which shows their faith in them. Here's the thing. You guys aren't used to change, but here's no one – I really am annoyed with the fact that the Dusty Rhodes Classic has been a bunch of dudes that are shoved together and forced to win just for the Dusty Rhodes Classic. Who was it? Ricochet and Aleister Black?
Yeah.
Give me a break, dude. I mean, come on.
They
do this, and then I thought for sure it was going to be Ciampa and
Thatcher. Yeah,
Thatcher. I thought for sure they were going to win this whole stupid thing. So I'm glad they pulled the plug. What do you got to say, Vince?
No.
I'm with Vince here. I disagree. This was stupid. I mean, the young vets, really? Like, come on, man.
Vince knows the grizzled young vets can go. He's seen them live. Them dudes are badasses.
You're right. They can go. But here's the question, okay? And we've seen this 2 years in a row now. Usually the people that win the Dusty Road Classic move up. They usually move up right away.
It's kind of like a curtain call for people, yeah.
Exactly. So my thing is, you got two teams here, okay? One is usually on NXT UK.
Yep.
And one is a new team, MSK. Mm-hmm. So I hope you're not telling me that this team is so good that you're gonna move them up to like SmackDown or Raw, because I really will encourage. I would throw up a meal all over myself on Sunday if it happened.
Absolutely.
I seriously.
So you think the grizzled young veterans are the obvious choice for this match here this Sunday?
I mean, honestly, I'd rather see Shane McMahon versus The Undertaker again, but I mean,
it's okay.
I'd rather see Drew versus Randy Orton 1-on-1 in a singles match on Raw.
Wait, hold on. I'm glad you brought it there. Can we talk about six wrestling matches between Edge and Randy Orton, okay? You put them in as a tag team match and then a triple threat match. What? Who in the hell is running the show over there? Who's running the show?
Actually, Edge is a head writer over there.
If
Edge wasn't writing that shit, though.
Edge is a head writer on Raw right now. Yes, that is confirmed.
I'll tell you what,
but that's recent. He wasn't writing his own matches against Randy Orton for 6 weeks in a row.
Take him away. Better take him away.
He's doing it now, though. So
right.
He has
I don't want
probably more 2 of those matches. Definitely Edge.
I put Edge like I put Gold. I compare, and you're probably both gonna look at me like I'm freaking crazy. But I look at Edge like I look at Goldust or Dustin Runnels. There's nothing more for them to do. I feel like they're both on each other's rosters just to put people over. But more so, I feel like WWE is not giving that plug to Randy. And they're like, hey, I think he can still go. Here's another title shot. It's like, really? There's no faith in WWE's roster. None. And
I mean, if you read the dirt sheets, you're going to believe that Randy Orton's going to beat everyone at the Elimination Chamber and get the match that was supposed to be the match last year, which would be Edge versus Randy Orton, which is really a snooze fest in my opinion. No one wants to see these dudes fight again, but maybe people do. Maybe I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. You know, I thought freaking a lot of things in professional wrestling that I've gotten wrong along the way. So, I mean, it's very well possible. But let's get back. We're getting off track here. Let's get back to vengeance. Let's take a deep breath. Io Shirai versus Toni Storm versus Mercedes Martinez. We haven't seen a lot out of Mercedes. She came in. We know she can go. They moved her up to the Retribution. She was like, this crap is bullshit. I want to be moved back down. They moved her back down. I think she might have gotten injured or they repackaged. They've been holding her off. Toni Storm has obviously kind of taken a skyrocket up with Tony time and the matches she's been getting put in lately. And then obviously Io Shirai has been the champion for probably close to a year now. I'm not quite sure the exact time, but she's had the belt for a very long time. And is it time for them to let Io Shirai go as the champion and let it truly be Tony time? Or is it Mercedes' time? Where do you think this is going in this match? Or is this just another milestone for Io to surpass and have her have this kind of heroic run as she's been having, beating the likes of Rhea Ripley and Bianca and all these other people along the way? Vince?
I think the bigger question here is why do they keep pulling the plug on Mercedes Martinez? What does she do wrong that every time we see her, she leaves, she goes away, we find her on AEW? What is she not doing that Triple H doesn't like? Because I feel like right now, that's the biggest question. I can give two craps about Io Shirai, Toni Storm, and Mercedes Martinez because I think it's going to, just like you said, it's going to be another match that she's going to surpass because let's face it, I don't know if it's the COVID right now that the UK are losing the wrestlers, but the UK, the NXT UK, they've been losing everybody. I mean, even before the COVID, they lost Pete Dunne, they lost Toni Storm, they lost the Grizzly Young Vets. I mean, what's going on? Why are they all
Walter? Walter's in NXT. I mean,
yeah. Well, here's my question.
It's time to just merge it together, right?
Well, I feel like it's a waste of time when you're doing shows like WWE India, WWE UK. That's cool. You have people there. But why do you take them away from their brands and bring them to NXT? And then this is this is one of the reasons why I'm not going to name somebody's name on here because you told me not to, but somebody's mom I got in a fight with last time at NXT. And the biggest fight was that she was telling me that the people, that these guys from the UK are coming over here that are really good. And I told her, stop drinking, go buy another beer, because you obviously don't know what you're talking about. That's why we get in a fight.
All right, the women's.
Right. I'm going to jump in.
Go ahead, Maddog.
Thanks. Look, this whole thing with Io Shirai, by the way, she won the belt at Takeover in Your House last June, so it's not been a full year yet. It's been almost a half a year, maybe 9 months to a year, technically speaking, if we want to get technical. But besides that, though, yeah, I remember dates pretty well. But besides that, though, Io Shirai will retain this title, and I don't know who they're gonna put her against. Like Carter said, I want to bring up his comment here. Here, this one right here. Maybe Kaylee Lee. I think that would be smart. Bring her up and let her face Io Shirai. Title versus title.
Maddog. Io Shirai.
Io Shirai. Sorry, I'm losing my mind.
Io Shirai.
I'm losing my mind today. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I watched her match a couple weeks ago. Kaylee Lee Ray on NXT. I don't understand what they see in her.
Like, I don't either.
She's like, she's good, man. I like her. I like her, man.
She looks like a mop, a skinny mop. And she looks like a neck.
She can wrestle decent. I think this is actually Tony time. I think Tony Storm is going to win this match and become the NXT Women's Champion. I think they're pulling the cord on her. I think she has a lot of momentum behind her. She obviously has the looks. Probably one of the hottest chicks in NXT.
Yeah.
And she can wrestle. So I think it makes all the sense in the world. I love Io Shirai. I think she's had a great run. But the problem with her is her lack of English. It's the same with everyone. And we can have this talk over and over again. If you can't cut a decent promo that we can feel, it's hard to connect. Yes, Asuka's the exception, and she's able to sit there and be funny and silly. I was just going
to say, have you seen her do
That's because what you do, though, because you like to negate and fall for it. But other than Asuka, a majority of the wrestlers don't really get the opportunity that, like Kenta, he's a perfect example over at AEW. He can't speak very good English, and that's why he wasn't able to excel. That and injuries in NXT. Right. So I do think it's Tony time.
I don't think he was that great anyways.
Overrated.
Right. This match.
So this is the women's Dusty Classic. The Dusty women's whole thing's kind of feels like it's been shoved together and kind of, they haven't gotten the best of the best in the match. But at the end of the day, they're going to have Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez versus Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart. Who wins this? I have no idea. I don't even care to begin, but in the end of the day, who wins this? Do they give it to Dakota and Raquel, or is this the end of them and give it to Ember? I feel like it's a feel-good moment when it's Dusty, because obviously everyone loves Dusty Rhodes, so you don't necessarily want everyone booing the champion, which tells me obviously Ember and Shotzi are going to win, but Dakota and Raquel have had a hell of a tag team together, and they put out a really good performance. Maddog, who do you think?
Right. I actually kind of agree with you. I think Ember Moon and Shotzi will win the finals and get the big trophy. And then I think most likely Shotzi is probably going to get called up to the main roster. She's probably the next one to go. Most likely.
I don't know. You want to talk about something I don't get? Shotzi on the main roster. She can cut a promo, but she needs some more work. Vince, who you got?
You
don't even care.
I don't even get it. I'll tell you this right now. I don't even understand why these two are a tag team. First of all, again, like I mentioned a minute ago about Mercedes Martinez, Amber Moon should feel like she crapped on because she was brought up to the main roster on SmackDown. She had 4 or 5 matches, and then she was gone for this, and then you bring her back as some biker chick. What? Really?
Some biker chick.
I don't know. I feel like Ember Moon has always been struggling to find her true character. Just when she hits the right stride, she gets injured. Just when she's about to, make a big move, something happens that's not in her favor. But I do think this is definitely her moment and their time to shine.
Listen, if you have to twist my arm, if you had to put me in the headlock, I'm taking Dakota Kai and Braun Strowman's woman.
Oh, that is Braun Strowman's woman, isn't it? She dates Braun Strowman, right? Yeah. Think about them two working out in the gym. Jesus Christ.
Right. Imagine them both in the bed. Jesus.
I actually think Raquel is very talented. I think she has a lot of possibility and could be the next China type athlete in WWE, but we'll see where it goes. She has a lot of potential, clearly.
She's definitely not going to be a bombshell on Raw. So let's put it that way.
She's not going to be running around with Ric Flair and him wooing. That's going to happen for sure.
Yes.
Oh, God.
All right. We don't know everything happening with the Chamber yet, but we do know the main event. Drew McIntyre, our boy, has to defend his title against 5 viable contenders.
Oh, geez.
Yay.
Randy Orton, The Miz. Who else we got?
Sheamus.
The
phenomenal
AJ Styles.
My pick, by the way.
I would love to see AJ Styles win this whole thing and carry on to WrestleMania, but I don't see that's happening. I really
do. Baby.
I would love to see the Miz, okay, in the middle of the chamber. I'd love to see the Miz cash in his Money in the Bank and win the match. or I love to see him locked in a pod. He calls the referee over, cashes in, they let him out, and he wins the match. I would love to see that because I think Jeff Hardy's a joke. I think Sheamus is a joke. I think Randy Orton is a joke. And I really do think The Miz is a joke. But, I'm not going to,
What about AJ Styles, Vince?
Yeah, I'm not even going to go there with you. Because
we all love AJ Styles.
The phenomenal. Hold on.
I honestly feel like
he's going to get an action figure.
I feel like he's been crapped on. I really do. I feel like they've lost hope in AJ Styles. I really do.
This guy's funny. Here he goes. He's waiting to get the AJ figures.
No, AJ Styles.
Hey, we're on a live radio show, guy. Right.
Can I use that point, Nico?
This is my live action figure in the box, mint condition.
Okay. Do you feel like when they throw somebody together, they throw a manager together with somebody, do you feel like that's just telling them that they need more potential and they're going to throw this person in there to make the story more interesting? Because we have, you have Elias now has a manager, you have Carmelo now has a manager, and now you have AJ Styles as a manager. Is this like a trend we're seeing now where if you don't have the right potential, they throw a manager in there to make it more interesting?
That's an interesting question because the reality is that a manager used to be a very valuable tool to someone who was on their way up the chain to be groomed for greatness. Ravishing Rick Rude on his way to Intercontinental Champion always had like Bobby Heenan or someone by his side, whoever it was. So now it's kind of changed because everyone that you just mentioned, Carmella, AJ Styles, they don't need mouthpieces. They can all talk just fine. In fact, talking is probably their best except for AJ, but Carmella, definitely talking is their best attribute. So what it looks like now is the manager spot has become a position for someone to be promoted themselves. It's now become the spot for them to get promoted. It used to be there to elevate Triple H to get to that world title. Whatever would happen, he would come in, someone China would hit him in the nuts or something, and he would end up winning. Now, it's about them getting their spot in the light. And also, you got to remember, WWE is very saturated. So having a manager out there gives someone like Omos. What is Omos going to do every week if he is an AJ Styles bodyguard?
Nothing.
He's useless. He's going to have a match. Everyone's going to see he's not a good wrestler, and he's going to be done. So it's almost a favor for him to kind of get his chance to be over as a bodyguard because he's not going to get over as a giant. Not yet.
Face it. I mean, I feel like he was Shane McMahon's doorman beginning of COVID when he was, the fight, when he opened the door for Shane McMahon. So, I mean, they must have saw something in him with that door that they were like, oh, let's put you with AJ Styles.
Clearly his size, and the AJ Styles is small. That high-low contrast there is pretty interesting. And the same thing with Carmella. That sommelier, that dude, as annoying as he is, he can freaking move. And he's flippies and all his shit. He's a pretty agile.
This is the second time now. This is the second time now Carmella has a manager. So what are they trying to tell her? Like, before he had Ellsworth. I mean, there has to be some reason why she keeps getting a manager.
I think she is the classic reason why they have a manager. She gets the manager because she is lacking that chance to beat someone clean, and she needs some kind of assistance along the way. Someone needs to hit someone in the nuts or kick them in the fallopian tube for them to be able to make sure that they get that victory. And that's what's happening every single week. Mm-hmm. She's getting the dude grabs Sasha Banks' foot when she's about to win. It's all bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Well, Nico, I want to talk about a really good match that happened this week. And maybe you can agree with me. Probably one of the best matches I've seen Raw have in a while now. I'm talking about Keith Lee taking on Matt Riddle.
Yeah. That was a great match, honestly. It was a great opportunity. Yeah. It was a great opportunity for Riddle to showcase exactly how great he is, as well as Keith Lee. I think and we were texting during, and I think he got about 10 minutes, which is pretty rare for them guys to get that kind of opportunity. And not only did it show what a beast Lee is, but it showed how tough Riddle is. and it showed how great he is at MMA and sticks out in a crowd, especially in WWE compared to everyone else. And you people forget that he was a double-digit winner in UFC now that his marijuana charges have been revoked. So he's got his more victories now.
Oh, they're gone?
Yeah, they pulled it because of the card. They're no longer testing for marijuana on the UFC. He had quoted about it on Twitter when they pulled it. He was like 12-3 or something. So yeah. So congrats to him. I thought that was amazing. I thought it was a great opportunity. I'm telling you right now, at the Elimination Chamber, Riddle's winning the United States title. This is not about Keith Lee and Bobby Lashley have their own beef going on. Riddle's going to sneak up behind and get that belt. I'm telling you.
Or they could do a triple threat match.
No, I don't think so. I think
Elimination Chamber.
I think that Bobby Lashley's going to retain that title till Mania. Then Riddle will have that WrestleMania moment. You know what I mean?
There's already WrestleMania moments designed for this year, and he's not in the plan for that one. He's going to have a moment, but the WrestleMania moments are either Bianca Belair winning with the fireworks going off all around the ring.
That's going to happen already. I mean, come on.
Or Edge finally getting his 10-year redemption and succumbing all the odds to become the WWE.
You mean the NXT champion?
No, that's not happening.
Well, guys, let's switch gears from NXT to AEW. Let's talk about the main event in AEW this week. Falls Count Anywhere match, anything goes. You had Lance Archer and Jon Moxley taking on Kenta and Kenta. And on commentary, you had the guy that doesn't shut his mouth, Don Callis. What do you think about this, guys?
Go ahead, Maddog.
Oh man, this was one of those banger of a matches, man. I loved it. I thought it was great. I just anything Jon Moxley does, man, it's just always good. And this match kind of reminded me of one of those old school. You know, when Jon Moxley used to be one of those hardcore wrestlers before he got in the NXT program, before he got to WWE, he was in that hardcore scene for quite some time. And he was just, they just put on a banger. And Kenta showing a strong opening as well was very good. But I kind of agree with you there, the whole bad English thing. I think that might hurt him. But if he has a mouthpiece, he has a manager going forward, it might actually help him. Kenny Omega needs no introduction, and Lance Archer is just very strong competitor too. So it was a great match overall. AEW wins the night for me personally.
AEW wins it every week for me.
I mean, not only do they win there, that they also win in the ratings every week. I mean, it's not even really a competition at this point anymore.
I mean, we still had the AEW and TNT Championship on the line tonight as Darby Allin took on Joey Janela, another great match. I don't understand why they think Joey Janela is that great of a wrestler, because I think he's an okay wrestler. I don't think he's championship material, but that's just my opinion.
He's crazy. That's the thing about Darby Allin and Joey Janela. They're both batshit crazy, and that they're not willing to take risks, or they're willing to take risk, and it paid off for both of them, and because they're able to get these kind of matches. I mean, Joey Janela wouldn't normally ever make it if there's no AEW wrestling. You know what I mean? We would be seeing him at the pavilion over here wrestling like Too Cold Scorpio for something. Like, so I mean, he's living his dream to the fullest that you could ever live your dream. And I'm so happy for him, because he is living beyond his means. Let's be honest. He's not championship material. He's not AEW, TNT. Here's the thing that pisses me off. I'm glad about Joey Janela, but Sean, the perfect 10, is sitting in the back jerking off right now. And his ass should be fighting. You know what I mean? There's dudes a lot better than that dork that aren't getting their shots right now. And it's unfortunate that they don't give everyone the chances in there. Ding, ding, ding.
Maddog, let me ask you a question. What do you think about Dolph Ziggler Jr. In his first couple matches?
Well, I told you that this man's on his way to greatness, just like his brother. And I know he lost his first match, but tonight I think he was in another match, and he needs work. But overall, he will become a champion one day. I could see it.
Maddog, listen, I just got one word for you. Woo!
I'm telling you. I mean, he's going to be champion one day, man.
Oh
In a
boy,
strip club?
jobber.
No.
He looks like a stripper in the ring, just like his brother.
No. Isn't Dolph Ziggler the tag team title holder right now for the SmackDown brand? Wait a minute.
Yeah,
with Robert Roode.
Wait a minute.
With
He's got a title, darn it. Him and Bobby
had titles, yes.
Beer money. All right, we're falling off the map here, boys. Let's get back to what's going on. I'm just gonna skip right into it. We're 30 minutes in. I don't feel like going an hour, honestly.
About the biggest thing that happened on AEW tonight, please.
Hey, you need to learn how to work. When I'm talking, you don't just interrupt me and start talking. All right? You wait for me to finish and then you talk. Go ahead.
Promo.
Jesus Christ, dude. Go ahead, Maddog.
All right. I can't right now. Oh my God. Can we talk about that big moment that happened that you guys actually predicted last week?
Tell you something, brother.
All right, go ahead.
Like I said, can we talk about that moment?
What moment is that?
What's his name leaving the inner circle?
Sammy Guevara leaving the inner circle?
Yeah. You guys called it out last week, so
I think it's the best decision for him.
He's a face now all of a sudden. Inner circle is like the Titanic of factions. I mean, it's just the cheesiest, corniest. I mean, they have no power. What they've wasted Jake Hager like you wouldn't believe.
Oh my God.
He's a bum.
He looks
Jericho's. Oh my God, the whole group's bum. Even Ortiz and them, Santana, they're not getting used right. No one is getting used right in that group. So this is the greatest thing that can happen to Guevara right now. And somehow they sucked MJF into it as well, which is even worse.
Did we all see that? Besides that, did we all see the rip off of Darby Allin getting dragged with the bag? Kind of the same was Undertaker dragging Hogan with the
choo brother. Choo. Good shit, as Vince McMahon would say. Such good poop. All right, let's just run through some rumors.
Thunder Rosa was amazing tonight. Did you see her?
Thunder Rosa always puts on a good performance. There's no doubt about it.
And she has just a banger body too. Just a banger body.
I know. I met her. I told you that.
Jesus Christ.
And don't sleep on her opponent. Her opponent actually put on a pretty great performance tonight. I mean,
she looks like Ronda Rousey.
She's tough. She's got a lot of wrestling, but she can also fly. Look out for her. She's going to be awesome. All right, guys. Let's do some rumors. Let's get the hell out of here. I see Vince yawning. I know I'm tired. Maddog can go all night, but that's because he's a limo riding, jet flying, limousine riding, alligators holding him down, son of a gun. But me and Vince got to get up early and work that 9 to 5. Rhea Ripley to SmackDown. What do you think about that? Yay or nay?
I mean, I think it would be more power to him because, I honestly think Raw needs it more than SmackDown. But I mean, hey.
Absolutely. They definitely do. We got Maddog.
She's going to stay on Raw. I think, like you guys said, Raw needs to star power. She's star power, and that needs to happen.
They're saying she could be there as early as this week. So you could potentially see Rhea Ripley this Friday on SmackDown. You heard it first on World Wrestling Radio.
Woohoo!
Bad Bunny, the international sensation with the worst fucking music I've ever heard in my entire life. And that's because I don't speak Spanish. Nothing against him personally, but why would I want to listen to a bunch of reggaeton if I don't know what they're saying? The man sold $500,000 in T-shirt sales. The top seller for the month of January/February for WWE, surpassing Roman Reigns, surpassing Sheamus, surpassing everyone. Are they on to something? And will we see Bad Bunny at WrestleMania in a match? It's crazy to even say that.
Yes, you'll see Bad Bunny in a match, but to me, and this is what I told you last week on Vincent LaSpada show, it just shows you that Vince does not have any potential or doesn't have any. He doesn't trust any of his wrestlers. There's no confidence. He has to bring in somebody like Bad Bunny to sell merchandise and to potentially take over a WrestleMania spot.
Isn't he also giving the speculation is Bad Bunny and Damian Priest versus Miz and Morrison at WrestleMania? Are they giving Priest the rub with the Bad Bunny, or is it just all about Bad Bunny making more ratings, sales, all that bullshit?
No, it's I feel like it's just bad marketing.
Maddog, what do you think of Bad Bunny?
I didn't know who he was up until I googled him, obviously. And I was like, oh, okay. He has a single, and then he performed that single, and then he gets into this program with the Miz, and it's kind of funny because the Miz also had a couple hit singles last year, by the way, on Spotify, Apple, and iTunes now. With John Morrison. So yes, I could see them doing a whole thing. I could see them doing the whole music war type of thing. Them making funny comedy music videos, going back and forth like Ms. Morrison did last year.
Man, that sounds awful.
Hey,
Sounds total awful.
ho ho!
Wrestling Observer is saying Steven Cutler's release led to WWE dropping planned program would have had King Corbin, Cutler, and Blake against Dominic and Rey Mysterio with Buddy Murphy. Obviously, that's been dropped, and it appears that I'm just going to mesh two lines together. It appears that the Murphy Elias storyline has also been dropped. So, what's going on with that? Are the plans for Murphy no longer what they used to be? Also, with Dominic, you've seen him last week wrestle, but prior to that, you really didn't see him get too much in the ring. And does Mysterio have a lot left in the tank? Are you even excited about this whole storyline, or has it been dead from the get-go?
No, I tell you what, I've not been excited to see Rey Mysterio, right? Even when he came into the ring, I just don't think that he can go anymore. I mean, he tries, but at the end of the day, I don't think it's worth the time and the effort.
Go for it, buddy.
Right. So Rey Mysterio has been one of my favorite superstars, probably since his oh God, what was it? His program with Eddie Guerrero back in the old days of wrestling. So I actually like Rey Mysterio, but yeah, it's time for him to hang up the mask, give it to his son, start training his son. But before they leave, I want to see one thing and one thing only. Those two win the tag team belts. Could be Raw, could be SmackDown. I don't care. I just wanted to see that happen because he said that in a couple of interviews. He wants to do that before he retires. So I hope they give them that shot. And hopefully they win those belts.
Do you really think he's going to pass the mask on? Like they're going to have that moment where he gives it to him?
After they win the tag team titles, yeah, sure. Why not?
I don't want to see that. I don't want to see Dominic wearing that stupid mask. It needs to go with Mysterio. It's kind of like, we'll see. I don't know. Maybe that's interesting. I never really thought about that.
What, the tag team titles? Yeah.
I did not want to see Dominic in a stupid Mysterio mask, but whatever. All right, let's cut it short. Give your guys LaSpada, tell them where you can find us. But before you do that, let me just tell everyone about what we have upcoming on the LaSpada show.
Woo!
Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern time, we have Savio Vega. February, we are going to have, what is it, February 20, what's the date we're going to have Brian Pillman Jr. on the 23rd? We're going to have Brian Pillman Jr. on, and then March 13th, we are going to have JTG on. Make sure you are following LaSpada Show on Twitter, Facebook, so you can be a part of it. We are live on FM radio, and we're live right here every Saturday at 2. Woo. Give it away, Vinny.
Yeah, just make sure you guys tune in. We're on 105.5 FM, 660 AM, Florida Man Radio. And if you do not have those channels or you're not in the state of Florida, you can always download the app. I put the link up on Twitter today, Florida Man Radio app in the App Store, either on Android or Apple devices, and take us on the go. You can also listen to us on Alexa devices. Say, hey, Alexa, please put on Florida Man Radio, and we will become there. But check out this week's show because I'm gonna be switching up the format. There you go.
Radio. Ooh.
I'm gonna switching up the format for Florida Man for this week. I like the way that we did the show last week. I think last week was one of our best shows. So I think I'm gonna keep it the same style. I'm not gonna rush it. I'm not gonna try to tell everybody about what's going on in Raw, SmackDown, AEW. I'm gonna just bring up some just different stories and rumors and things like that. If you want to call or text into the show, give us a call, 321-339-1055 is the number to call in or text.
Beautiful. Maddog, where can they find you?
Right. Find me at Maddog on Twitter. It's Matt_Maddog. And then you can find me on Instagram as well. Matt_Maddog as well. So find me on there. And just to let everybody know, to confirm that date for Brian Pillman Jr., that will be February 27th on the Vincent LaSpada.
February 27th. I am such a
I just looked at the message here. So
hey, we need to make a page that has the 3 dates right there on the side so we can see it. Anyway.
Yeah, I could do that. No problem.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We are World Wrestling Radio. Tune in this Saturday, 2 p.m. to hear our exclusive interview with Savio Vega.
2 p.m.,
Love
guys.
you
Don't
all.
miss